Testing the mic. We doing that mic test. Hello, hello. There it goes. All right. I think we're gonna do a super jump into this one. It's already uber late. What's up, y'all? It's Z-Rex, No Noise Live. It is March 17th, 2023. I'm the extra latest I've been since I've restarted the streams a while back. This week has just been crazy. Had a lot of business stuff I had to take care of this AM. Just Friday got stacked up, so I'm squeezing this one at the end of the day because we do have some pretty awesome price action to discuss for crypto mainly. Not so much for equity markets, although it's not terrible. But let's just jump right into it and see what we got. Starting with what we love to start with is Mama Bear right here. Mama Bear actually finally is looking pretty damn good. All right. So we did have a shitty daily candle right here. Did make a nice high at 26.5 or whatever, wick high on the candle. And we did open and close above 24, but we've done that before. And just coming down to close back below all here was just not significant enough. Then yesterday we actually did get a close, open and close above this range. And it is higher a little bit than these last couple of days on Tuesday and Wednesday. And if we zoom a little bit, even on the 3 hour, we finally got here's 25K right here. This candle right here. We finally got a nice open and close above 25,000 on the 3 hour. Yes, we did get this one here, but it's kind of no follow through after not quite an open and close on this one because it is below 25 by a few $100. So we finally got a full open and close on the 3 hour, which is pretty sexy. That ended up transpiring up to the 458 or 8 hour if you don't have custom time frames. We finally did get that also on this candle right here. It opened at 25.51 and the whole body. This is the first open and close on the 458 or 8 hour that we've had since the bear market started. Okay, so this is a very significant development in price structure here. This is a very important candle, and this is actually putting in bull mode. Pretty much, it's pretty much solidifying the bulls are gaining all the momentum from this structure of on the shorter time frames. Of course, on the weekly, it does look good, but the next step for this to transpire up to is the weekly and get an open and close above 25,000 on the weekly, which obviously can't happen today for this close or Sunday even because the open of this candle is at 22,000, but it can happen next week. So we might actually have a weekly candle confirming that this looks really good. And we did really like this hammer candle close. We discussed that when it was building. If bulls could just snap this right back up to the top above this local low, it would look super sexy. And we are getting follow through on that. So very nice by the bulls. And today will also be the first chance for the daily to open and close above 25,000. Very significant. So we started with the lower 3 hour time frames. They started ratcheting up. And the 458/8 hour is a very important time frame, in my opinion, for crypto. It's like the shorter time frame I like to use. I don't like to get on crack time frames that much. Maybe just to analyze really granular price action intraday or something. I might go to 7 minute, but basing like trading decisions off of most of the time for crypto, I like to use a little bit higher time frames. It is traded all day, every day. So there is that. But anyway, I digress a little bit. We have the first daily potentially going to open above 25,000. And so this would have to crash about 2 grand at this point in the next 4 hours for that to be negated. So this is actually looking pretty damn sexy. Of course, anything can happen, but we do have it on the 458. Very nice. With follow through on this candle. Very nice. With a higher wick. Very nice. We got all of the setups on the low time frames now, and with the daily almost confirming that, that gives us a really good chance that next week the bulls should be able to hold 24,000 handle and open and close above 25K. that would look very beautiful for doubles. So keep an eye out on that. 15-day, I believe, just closed. Oh, it did. Look at that, guys and gals and other things. Very beautiful. Finally, got a candle above the 21 EMA on the 15-day, and it is green, taking out this high over here of the structure. Very, very good candle. This is also, and this is a 15-day. This ain't nothing to sleep on. So the weekly is the only thing pretty much lacking at this point. I mean, I guess a monthly is there. Obviously, there is going to be a little bit of overhead resistance at that 21 monthly, which is about 28,000. I would be real surprised at this point that if we don't hit 28, 29,000 with this run. This looks pretty strong. You got decent volume on here too. Kind of the most since a little bit of cluster here on the lows. But you can see the little kind of pockets of volume here. Very nice. Getting the follow through, and this 15-day is really solidifying that 22, 23,000 area, as bull mode is pretty much back on until we're back below that on a at least like a daily open and close. So that is actually looking very good. I do like the bulls' effort on those candle closes. And again, today we might get that on the daily open and close above 25. We've got the 458. We've got the 15-day looking the best that it's looked in for a long time, many weeks, many moons. And also the weekly has the potential next week. This is kind of the last marker we need to see for full bull momentum, is this thing to open and close above 25,000. But again, that's a weekly, so we won't know that for another 8-9 days, because that'll be not this coming Sunday, but after the next, or like this next Sunday after the Fed meeting, which is coming up on Wednesday. Very awesome price action. Let's see what the weekly on, man, and look at this weekly on futures. Unless in the next hour, because the regular market's closed, so that's probably not going to happen, low probability. But if in the next 52 minutes, if this thing can stay above all these moving averages, we talk about this a lot on the channel, when you get one candle taking out all the EMAs, that is usually a good sign of momentum in that direction. And look at this beautiful gap fill real quick, and now we're getting immediate follow through. This is starting to look very bullish, guys. This is starting to look very sexy time. Let's see a 3-day. No, 3-day doesn't have quite an open and close, but this, I mean, this really is starting to look pretty damn good. Yeah, whatever. That's sloppy fest 3,000. Let's go over to ETH. Yeah, still that 1750 area providing some major resistance at this point. We are not as sexy on price action, to be fair, on Unicorn Shirt Man here. Let's see if we've got, hold on, let me zoom in. Yeah, see, so this is the only kind of concern here between the majors, is that Ethereum doesn't have as sexy of an open and close. It's still below the 1750. That's equivalent to like the 25K for Bitcoin. We really need to see above open and closes above 1750. Yeah, that is major resistance there. So, but it is attempting to break out and does look fairly good. Let's see if, yeah, the 15-day doesn't look as good either on Ethereum. So a little bit of lagging there. Let's see if Bitcoin dominance is up a lot. Yeah, okay. So Bitcoin is kind of taking the cake right now. Look at this week here. It's like, oh shit, we are the banks. We can't fail. We are, put your money in Bitcoin. I guess maybe that's part of the narrative here. Potentially like Cyprus back in 2013, 14 era for bitty bits. Let's look at futures. Futures look pretty good here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Still struggling at that 1750 area is a real struggle. Mama Bear looking real sexy. ETH is okay. It's not terrible. Just needs a little more oomph. Let's see. Litecoin bouncing off, little sell-off, kind of trapped between the EMAs there. Yeah, not as good. But with the dominance on Bitcoin ramping up, so, oh, sorry. this one. With dominance ramping up so high, I mean, all these are going to get lifted, right? What is it? All the tides, right? All this, blah, 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 I can't freaking talk. Lifting or tide lifts all boats. What the hell ever? You know what the hell I'm saying. Sorry, I've been up since really early this morning and still have to do a bunch more work. So I'm just kind of, my brain's a little fogged up at the moment. But regardless of all that, we are going to lift all these altcoin ships with Bitcoin getting comfy above 25K. We've been talking about that ad nauseum on the channel. Looks like we are getting it possibly with good confirmation today in the next 3 hours and change. It is, for me, it's about to be time to go alt hunting. I did a little bit alt hunting on that dip, earlier in the week over last weekend. And now I'm really starting to like altcoin hunting because Bitcoin's getting comfy above 25K. That is really opening the gates for sexy time. Look at all these just chilling, man. Just these calm coins. They will not be calm forever. Doesn't mean they're going to go up. Nothing's guaranteed in trading except you will take a loss at some point. But higher lows, just kind of consolidating. And this is a weekly too, y'all. All the way back almost a year in early May. We've just been chilling sideways. You can see here too, we're kind of just chilling sideways, although not as good as Ripple Me Nipples, but just kind of posted up. I like this candle here. The target on this is 10 to 14.2 cents because, we got to meme it up. And we are kind of doing a little flag off this low. Let's see, let me draw it real quick so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. You got a little flag here. It even looks like an F. And so if we use that, does that target us into the box too? No, a little bit shy. So it's a little bit shorter of a target. So maybe there's a little bit resistance at 8 cents for that. We are at about 6.7. If we look at the weekly, let's look real quick. Yeah, you can see this little cluster and all like the bodies and touches of the candles is at about 8 pennies to be fair. So little resistance there. And then once you clear that, definitely targeting 10 to 14 cents. Is in the cards. Dot, let's see what's Dot doing. Dot's kind of trying to take off today. Not too shabby, getting up deeper into this consolidation range. That's good for bulls instead of like just coming up right underneath it and fading. They are actually attempting to push through it. Not so much ADA. Link is trying to do it, coming back up right in the middle of the range again. Yay, it's never been here before. EOS right up underneath the trend line. Really needs to clear about $1.15 on that. BCH is rallying pretty good. That's nice. Above 137 looks really good. BSV is still camping down here. I still think this is going to be a very good trade at some point. And I'm starting to eyeball it more with Bitcoin getting over that 25K area. And it seems to be more comfortable this time. Bears having a hard time pulling down bitty bits. And so that's a good sign. You're seeing lots of rejection from buyers, just kind of pushing the price right back up immediately. And again, that weekly, next week is going to be super important. Fed meeting out of the way after Wednesday afternoon. And then that Sunday close, and also the weekly close for futures on Bitcoin on Friday, next Friday, so a week from today. That's going to be very important. Super important close. And if we get that weekly open and close above 25,000, I will be hardcore hunting altcoins. Faux show. Privacy coins chilling. Obviously, this is the same. About 150, upper 150s is major resistance. Kind of just lollygagging in this big range. Nothing really to talk about there. Zcash is kind of chilling down here. Nothing really there. Oh, nice bounce off of previous structure. Trend line cross. This is okay above $51. Below 51, I'd be very cautious of this guy. What's Doge doing? Doge camping. Look at this little fake out. Hammer. Follow through. Right on the 666 horizontal that we've been watching for, I don't know, freaking years at this point. I guess multiple years. Well, a years and a half. Anyway, looks pretty good as long as it's holding 666. As long as it's holding the devil's number, This actually looks pretty damn good. What does it need to do to look really damn good? Let's go to the weekly. Really damn good. It needs to get back above like 8, 8, 8, 8, triple eights, triple sixes. Super lucky, super not lucky. Wow, look at STX blowing the roof off at this point. Went to test right here on the daily 55 by the mama. Immediate sky. It's making new highs. The dollars of resistance. This thing is going into pretty much uber bullish mode above a buck. As long as it's holding $1, looks really good. Weekly does have support kind of all the way down around 80 cents, but I would be using about the 90-cent handle if I was in this for kind of like a pivot or trend kind of change, but looking pretty damn sexy on STX. Very nice move. True is kind of just chilling. It's been hanging out on the tops. Looks still very good above the mid eights. Attempting to break out here. Does have a lot of resistance, though, at about 12 cents. So you can see all the sellers coming in here with the vengeance, just slappeth in the price down. Yes, that is a word. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Open and closes above this 8-penny level, and we're attempting to break out on Hex Coin. Interesting. The one thing that is suspect about this is it does have 1, 2, 3, 4 stabs of bearish divergence on this structure here. So a little bit concerning there, but overall looks really good above 8 cents. HNT, not good. Wow, it's down 19% today. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this coin. I'm not I used to really like the idea, but what they did with Solana and staying on there and some of the Luna crap and all that shit last year was a little bit weird, and it doesn't look like the market likes it either. So yeah, I don't know. This, to be fair and completely objective to price action, though, this is actually not the worst entry. I might actually buy just a little bit here because once this goes even below this local low, that's it. It could go to what's the next low here? Let's look on the weekly. It could easily go sub dollar. So maybe 120 is some decent support. So, but this is easy peasy kind of risk management. It's like literally like a couple percent. Yeah, it's like pretty much 10 cents is probably how I would use it, because sometimes you just get a little wicks down like that. So kind of interesting. It's not participating. A V chain kind of just chilling, trying to rally up off these lows. Very good support in around 2.2 pennies. Not too bad. Atom, all up in the mix here. Very squeezed between every moving average. Bounced nicely off this trend line cross, though. Very, very beautiful price action there. Weekly definitely does have lots of resistance, though, in the lower teens. So if we get over about 13.5, then it would look pretty good. Osmos is trying to build a base here. Looks decent above 80 cents. Not too shabby. Let's see here. Kind of a weird pattern here on the lows. I don't like that it's just been lower highs, though, and technically lower lows on the weekly. Let's look at a 2-day. Yeah, same there. Yeah, it's okay, man. As long as it's really holding like 80-ish cents, it's okay. Ton. I like this. I like this chart. I like when stuff kind of just drifts slowly up. You got all the EMAs pointing up, except the mama's a little bit flat, but it is in an upward trajectory overall. Let's look at the weekly. And if Mama Bear is going to break, look at this, right on the trend line. This is kind of make it or break it time too. While Bitcoin's attempting to break out over 25K, this actually looks pretty sexy. And we start getting above 250. I would look for probably new highs on this, because I do believe, I'm not counting this little pump and dump bullshit here. So I would consider this to go into blue sky mode, getting a couple dailies above 250. That would look really good. All right, let's go to normie markets. Look, we rallied off the lows. We are making a higher low so far. Looks fairly decent, but look where we are trapped today in this range, right to the MAs, right to the trend line, and then closes right on the freaking bottom of the longer term trend line, which is the 200, this dotted gray line. So, like, literally pretty much a good indecision into the week. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, look at indecision is also on the weekly. We got a doji on the weekly. Now, technically, it is a higher low. So that's pretty good with higher highs. So the trend is attempting to flip up. But again, man, that 39.80, pretty much like about 4K, and then 40.80. 40.80 is like the real big number. And right now you can use like 4K. If it gets above 4K, we probably pump to 40.80 pretty quick. Back below that 3,900 level, that is the line in the sand. We've been talking about watching that like a hawk, because you get even, I think even 3 hour closes below there would start to get pretty nasty. And you can see it's about right here. And we only had this one with immediate rejection, and then we had another one also followed with immediate rejection. So that's confirming our 3,900 number right there. NASDAQ saying, suck it, you shitty banks. Don't care about you. Tech companies will become the banks, apparently, and move your money here. It's good. Rallied above that 12.3 area, which we were talking about. If it gets above 12.3, we're probably going to, up here to test this range. We already are there at the moment. We actually did have a nice little hammer candle right above 12.3 on an attempt by the bears to take it down that did not get any follow through. We did get nice move yesterday, and it's just melting up at this point. NASDAQ is saying you can suck it. And this weekly closing above 12.6 would actually look pretty damn good and would take out almost all these candles. Now, the slopes of the MAs are kind of all over the place. You got very mixed feelings. You got a sideways one, kind of like horizontal, one trying to slope up. And the 200 sloping up. So a little bit of bifurcation there, but pretty nice, just basic candle structure on this. This actually looks really good above 12.3. So previous resistance becomes support. And so as long as we're above 12,300, I do have to give the bulls the upper hand on this price structure, which is kind of weird because Russell has just been selling off every freaking day. And also Dow has not been doing very good, just getting comfy below the 200 daily, which is usually not a good place to camp under. Let's look at the weekly on that. Yeah, so this one doesn't look very good at all. Very different chart and a little bit bearish below 32.5 on this chart. But there is obviously this major support right around here on the tails of these candles. Rut. Ooh, Rut looks terrible. I mean, it's actually about to engulf all these candles and make a lower close on the body here, right below 1243. See what the weekly looks like. Yeah, this is going to, I mean, unless it rallies really hard, 30 points before it close. We actually already technically closed in a normal session. So that's probably not going to happen. And this will actually be taking out a low. So Rut being very bearish, NASDAQ being pretty bullish, kind of wild. Dow Jones Trading Index kind of just chilling right on the, on the 200 in this trend line. It's just posted up, not really doing anything. It's still a higher high. I'm sorry, a higher low at this point, but a little bit bearish below 14.2. DAX, rallying fairly decent off of here. These are some kind of wild candles, though, to be fair. Let's go look at Chinese market. Just sideways chop fest. Chopstick fest, if it really just stays in this range. I mean, it's pretty in a clear range there. It's in a pretty clear range there. Oh, look at this. VIX kind of tapering down, but spiked up. Let's zoom in on that for intraday. Yeah, so I guess it just kind of sold off on the open and then rallied overnight too. Got sucked out a little bit, but still above 22. So as long as it's above 22, yeah, got to watch out. And also VVIX is showing us that too, getting comfy below a hundo. Let's see, even the weekly has like this huge hammer doji type candle. And we went right to the resistance line here at 138. Very important levels. I don't draw them on here just for fun. So as long as this is above 100, you got to be pretty cautious. And if that coincides well with the VIX above 22, yeah, we're not out of the woods yet. Oil is trying to base out here. It does have major support in the mid 60s. So it is likely that it kind of can chill out here and maybe just have a little relief rally. Oh my gosh, I got to go out back to log. 200 is right there, and you also have lots and lots of support in this area. So probably a bounce coming due for oil at some point here. And I don't think it'll be a strong one. I'm thinking like maybe to 71, 72 bucks. Then we'll have to reassess. Nat Gas says, oh shit, we're losing it, man. We're losing the momentum, man. So this is actually starting to get kind of bearish below 250. That was kind of the pivot point we were watching. And we're getting comfy below there now. So maybe we're going to go fill this gap. Bonds, look at that. Attempting to rally. Kind of just stalled out, though, up here on the highs. Same with ZB. And all these are going to show the same thing, too. Dixie trying to pump through, but kind of failed so far after today. Just chilling on the tops. Gold. Oh, snap. Look at gold. Telling everybody to suck on this one. Beautiful runs. Beautiful runs. This is making a new high. Major resistance here. About actually where we are, about 2K. That's about the level we've been scoping out. We pretty much got there. We got to 1992, 93. Oh, best year ever, right? Now all we need to do for this is a very good structure. We got that hammer candle off of the EMAs. All the EMAs are pointing up now. So momentum is clearly to the bull side. But for extra good, sexy confirmation, I would like to see a daily open and close above 1965 or so. And then also this weekly to actually punch above here. And let's just say $2,000. We need to open and close weekly above 2K. We get that. I'm thinking 2,100, like at minimum, and probably more. Let's do some fib extension stuff here. We kind of just do that. 168 is at 358. So that would be kind of my first target zone is right there off of that. So, and if it loses 18, pretty much just getting back below 1880 is terrible. Silver, very nice move on silver. Let's pump it up. Whoops, let's zoom it in first. Very nice, bouncing here, getting the follow through. That looks pretty good. Weekly looks pretty good, taking out all the EMAs. Would like to really see it definitively take out this horizontal at 2250. See if they can do that. Platinum is just kind of chilling. It is making higher highs, higher lows, and it does have kind of this little trend line on it right now. So a lot of resistance at 1,000, but clearing that, you're in the clear. GDX, of course, pumping and all that good stuff. All right, let's go to the minor index. Oh, lovely pumpage. Pump time 3,000. Very nice reaction here. Man, we get over 320 on this index with Bitcoin on a open weekend. Man, that's good. Oh my God. Open weekly. Open. Oh my God. Open and close weekly. Like I said, my brain is a little bit worn out. As I yawn really big, as my body tells me, yes, you're correct. But if this can get above the 320s, that would look really sexy with Bitcoin above 25K. I'd start to really look for some big moves to the upside. You got Coors, big miner, Dallas trying to posture up here for a run. If it clears 40 cents again, I do think that will happen. What else we got? Overstocks pumping over. Wow, man, look at that. Overstock pumpage. Let's go. OSTK. Come on, baby. Very nice. Nope, don't care about any of those. Just kind of curious what PayPal, Square, and everybody else is doing. Going to the abyss. Silvergate is. Oh no. Oops. All right. I think that's probably it. I'm going to wrap it up. Did a fast show today. I still got a bunch of crap to do before I go into the shop. So to catch up on. But I ran through that one pretty quick. There's a lot of information in there. We are getting some pretty good signs. Some pretty cool stuff. that bulls should be getting fairly excited about, especially on Mama Bear. So very nice. I think that's it. I don't really think I want to share anything else. Oh man, sectors, everything down. Let's look at regional banks real quick to see how they're going to close this week out. Oof, brutal. Not good. Nasty. Nasty, nasty price action. Man, maybe we're going to get some more follow through with this crap next week. Who knows? Banking contagion is a thing at this point. All right, so Mama Bear weekly, you're almost there. Let's see if there's not this week because it closes in 2 days and the tail and the body's too low. But this coming week could be open and close after the Fed next week, and that would look very nice. We almost have all other time frames building a very sexy chart for the bulls. Daily will print one as long as we don't lose 25,000 in the next 3.5 hours. So looking pretty damn good. The 15-day is looking pretty damn good too. So I am liking the way this chart is building. Gave us a little head fake on this day right here because that's pretty ugly when you rally and you can't even close above these highs. But it ended up being kind of a little fake out. Went sideways, stayed up there again yesterday with an incrementally higher body. That's why these bodies are so important, y'all. Even if it's just, 20, or I'm sorry, a few $100 on Bitcoin. Because look at this. To the left, you can see just barely taking this candle out has gotten us some good follow through today. Very nice. All right, much love, guys. I hope you have an awesome weekend and a super happy Friday and all that jazz. We will be seeing you on Monday morning. Much love. This has been Z Rex with No Noise signing off. Peace.